Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I'm looking at this, which is the Harley Benton HB35, which is basically a 335. This is coming to me from a customer. It's second hand. He bought it for £42. So he wants me to do a lot of funky stuff to this. We're going to strip all the paint off. We're going to do a new paint job on it, all sorts of things, but there's going to be a series of videos on that. So this is kind of in reverse, so I'm going to do a review of this guitar as it is. This is all stock. There's been no modifications to it. It is second hand. You can buy these new for €177, I believe, from Thomann. So we're going to have a look at it, and then I'm going to get it on the bench, and I'm going to tear it apart so you can see everything that's inside it that I can get at, blah, 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 and then I'll do a fret job and get it ready for stripping the paint off. Now, I do own a Harley Benton guitar and I love it to death. There's a video I will put up somewhere of my black paisley Strat. There's two videos actually. One is a review of the guitar as it was stock, and another one is of me modding the guitar with lots of Fender parts and stuff, and it is awesome. I love it. I've played a lot of Harley Benton guitars and I'm always impressed for what you get for the money. This one, we'll see, but looking at it quickly, I think it looks great. So getting into it, this is a maple guitar. The whole thing's maple. I think it's got two F holes there. It's got a solid mahogany block going through the middle. Maple top, back and sides. Maple neck. Rosacea fretboard, which is thermally treated wood. Die-cast tuners, as you'd expect, and the humbuckers, I'm not sure if they're Wilkinsons or not. I don't think they are. It just says vintage pickups in there, so we'll have a look at those as well. Three-way switch, obviously your normal tone, volume, jack socket here. So this has come in second hand at a whopping £42, which is a bargain. It's a bargain for any guitar, I think. £42 is not a lot of money to spend on an instrument, especially one like this. So it's come in, and the end's missing off of the toggle switch, but that's not a big problem. It's loose, you can expect that. Jack socket you can kind of undo with your fingers, but all the pots feel nice and tight still. I don't know how old the guitar is. It's quite dirty. Strings look very dirty. The fretboard looks incredibly dirty. I'm gonna have to wash my hands after after touching this, but it looks in pretty good shape. Going round the binding, you can see, like, during the manufacturing process, it's not completely tidy in areas. There's a bit of overlay on the, a bit of bleeding from the, I don't know if you can see, probably not, but there's a bit of bleed from the red onto the binding. Nothing too major, but the wood looks great. There's obviously scratches on it from it being played, but generally it looks nice for a guitar of that money. Fret ends are not sharp either. We'll check out the frets when I get it on the bench. Not a lot of fretwear on it, which is nice. They need a good polish. So let's plug it in, see what it sounds like. Unplugged, it's very resonant, rings lovely. It's got kind of a nice sound to it, as you'd expect. And unplugging it in, I've discovered the electrics are pretty knackered. You've got lots of scratchy parts. It's not connecting very well. And neck pickup's not working at all, so I can't really do much of a sound test on it, but it does play quite nice. It will obviously benefit from having a whole setup and a fret polish and all that stuff. But first impressions of this is a thumbs up from me. Doesn't matter about the electrics. we're going to be gutting that anyway and replacing much of it. 42 quid, still a good one. Right, got the guitar on the bench. So the plan for this is we're going to strip this back to its bare wood, everything, all the red gone, the headstock gone, everything gone. Pick guard's going to be gone. We're going to change the pickups, we're going to change all the electrics, and we're going to do a purple dye on the back and neck and sides, keeping the binding, and we're toying with doing a purple burst into a green for the front. We'll see, maybe just green on the front, we don't know yet. And with a stripe going down the middle here, with the client's company logo somewhere, might be in between or here, or on the headstock, we don't know. And we might do some LED lighting as well, but we're going to see how that goes. So if you stick with this series of videos, you'll see the process of all that. But for now, I'm going to take this all apart. You can see all the innards of it. This is, you know, what you get stock if you're interested in buying one of these. And I'm going to do a fret job on it before I do any of the paintwork, so that's done. So then I don't have to worry about you know, scuffing the paintwork or getting filings in any of the electrics or anything. So, and I'll probably will replace the nut as well, because this is plastic. We'll put I'll make a bone nut or something, or maybe get a Graphtec nut to go in there. So the client did buy this online. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure if it was eBay or Facebook or whatever. So it wasn't tested beforehand, so we had no idea that the electrics weren't working properly. But because of the nature of this project, it really doesn't matter, because it's all coming off anyway. So I'm going to start stripping this down. I do strongly suggest, if you are going to buy second-hand guitars, that you do go and try them first. I am guilty of it myself, but then I do tend to strip guitars down and fix them up anyway, so it all can be fixed. You know, this is going to go, he doesn't want this, but I've got another use for that. So I'll use that for something else. You can see the electrics are in the F-hole here. It's a bit untidy. I don't know whether it's been hacked at before. There are no access panels on these guitars. Everything has to be done through the F-holes, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Anyway, I'm going to speed this bit up, because you don't want to hear me waffling on forever. So, sit tight. Okay, the hardware, the tailpiece here and the Tunematic style bridge feels very light. It's not the best quality. Obviously it's functional and it's, you know, it's doing its job. The client may wish to upgrade these. It's up to him, but it feels like it's like a, you know, a cheap metal. Can't really tell what the pickups are. They're not Wilkinsons. They're just standard, probably Alnico 5. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up, but I will put a description in the description. I will put it in the description, so you can go check out the specs if you want to. But we're taking all this out. We're getting rid of that. see here, there's a wire cut, which would be an earth, probably from the pickup that doesn't work, and there's some fraying around some of the wiring here, which is probably causing short out. I can't say that it came like that because this is second hand. It may have been tampered with. I would have thought, every Harley Benton I've ever looked at, or any guitar I've ever looked at actually that's been new, the wiring's been just fine, so I should imagine it's been tampered with at some point. Okay, for speed, and because we're going to be chucking a lot of this away, I'm just going to cut these wires off so we can get it all out. So here, yeah, these are definitely not Wilkinsons. Wilkinson pickups you can cool split. These you can't. You know if you can cool split a humbucker if it has 4 wires. This has just the one. In there will be the hot and the earth. Some wire. There we go. Electrics out. I need to get these out, which isn't going to be easy. I'm hoping I can just pull. Oh, yeah, I can just pull. Lovely. That's good. Right. And what I'll do is I'll bag up all this hardware, and then if we do use any of it, it's there and not going to get lost. Fingers smell from touching this. It's really dirty. So you can see it's got a nice solid block going through the middle, and it is mahogany, I think. Alright, so now all this is done, I'm going to clean this fretboard up. I'm going to clean it all up actually, because my fingers. I'm going to bag up all the hardware and do a fret job on it. Okay, when cleaning guitars, I don't normally do this, but this thing is so dirty that I'm going to use some soapy water on it. We are going to be stripping this whole guitar down, repainting it and everything, so I'm not too worried about it. I won't go too mental on the fretboard because I don't want to soak it and for it to swell. But the rest of it, I'm not too worried about because we're stripping the whole thing. I just need to get all this grime off before I continue doing any more work on it, because it actually smells dirty as well. So I'm just going to do that now. So now I've cleaned this guitar up, you can get a good idea of how nice the finish is on these. Harley Benton guitars always astound me with the quality of the finishes on their bodies. I don't know if you're getting that very well on this camera and this lighting, but it is really lovely, and it is secondhand and has stood up quite well to being abused. I've got most of the dirt off the fretboard. There's a bit more to get, but once I start messing around with the frets and polishing and stuff, it'll get the rest of it. But apart from the scratch from being played, that would polish out more than likely. It looks pretty nice. So that gives you an idea of what you're looking at when you buy one of these. Dabby dab. Don't need a lot. So that really was the first part of a series of videos which is going to be concerning this guitar and the complete renovation it's going to have. So if you want to find out what goes on, then please do stick around. I'll be doing a video every week over the coming weeks. Next video will be all about me stripping this paintwork off and putting a colour on there, an effect and all that kind of thing. But you can see by just doing those simple things I've done today, it's pretty much transformed this guitar already. If it was mine, I'd be tempted just to polish that out and leave it, to be honest. But the client wants what he wants, but the frets have come up real nice, and they're all leveled. I did it at the beginning because I don't want to worry about doing that after I've repainted the whole thing and it's all finished, and then I'm having to go back and do frets and worry about getting filings on everything. And so I know that's done. I will give them a final polish and the fretboard some treatment when the guitar's finished, but until then, that's good enough. So if you like these videos, then please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. But thanks for watching, and if you're at the end of the video, thanks for sticking to the end of the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I put up videos every week, and yeah, till next time.